Hey everybody, it's John from RELICS, and today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why now is not a really good time to become a full-time eBay seller. It is 2024 and things are kind of all over the board in the world right now, but I'm going to give you guys 5 reasons why I think that right now you are better off to keep your day job and to do reselling as a part-time gig. Right out of the gate, the first thing that we're going to talk about is high competition. On eBay, there is a ton of competition. The reselling market on eBay is absolutely saturated, and it's making it challenging for newcomers to establish themselves and compete competitively against the established sellers. I've been reselling on eBay forever, since 1997, and I can tell you that as an established reseller with almost 28,000 feedback, that it is absolutely difficult for me to go out and to source items, especially where I live at in the middle of the United States. I'm a Missouri boy, so whenever I go to thrift stores, I see a lot more competition out there. The competition is stronger than ever, and with the invention of the cellular phone and stuff like the Google imagery search feature and all of the other tools that are available to people as a reseller, that it is so super competitive right now. It's definitely hard to go out and to find stuff. It's always been kind of hard to find stuff, but right now it has never been more difficult to go out and to source stuff at a price so that you can actually be able to flip and make money. The people who are selling their merchandise they have a lot more tools that they're readily available to them so that they can actually source and get the accurate price for the items that they're selling. They're looking at eBay and other reselling marketplaces, and the margins between what they're trying to get for it and what we can actually sell for it are shrinking smaller and smaller. A lot of these people, they want to get that eBay price, but if you ask, they will not give you that eBay guarantee. I've actually used that as a negotiation tactic before. I'd be like, if that's the eBay price, will you give me the eBay guarantee? Why should I buy it from you for the eBay price when I can go to eBay and get it for the eBay price and get that 30-day returns for any reason? Pretty much, it's a world that we have created that's digital, and it's getting a lot more difficult. The cards are stacked against us. It's very, very competitive. The second thing I'm going to talk about is you're probably going to get scammed at least once or twice. If you can deal with that, then that's perfect. But if you're an emotional person that can't stand any financial loss, then I'm going to definitely suggest that you bypass the whole full-time reselling game, because you are going to either be taken when you buy something or you're going to be taken when you sell something eventually. It's bound to happen. It's statistically improbable that you're going to be the one that falls through the cracks, that never has anyone tried to reap a financial reward by screwing you over. And I just recently watched a video by Graham and Pops Vintage, and they had went out and bought a bunch of transformers. They spent $1,000 whenever they bought these transformers, and they all turned out to be fake. So the thing about you going out and buying stuff is you kind of got to be an expert. You got to know exactly what you're looking at. You got to know why, if it's real, if it's authentic, because I can tell you the person that's trying to scam you is most likely going to be very pushy. They're going to be very insistent. You know, they're going to try to rush the sale so that you don't have an opportunity to check out to make sure that the merchandise is actually what they say it is. And I can tell you that even in a brick and mortar, I owned a brick and mortar store. That's what I'm staying in now. And as a person who has 4 or 5 booths, I can tell you that while there is an opportunity to be scammed, I'm going to say on the other side of that coin, if you own a brick and mortar, your the opportunity for a thief to steal from you is much greater. I have probably lost way more merchandise from my antique booth than I ever have on eBay, but it's still not zero. And we live in a world where people are starting to become less and less moral, and I'm going to say that the people are just not as moral today as they were 20 years ago, and they have no problem stealing from you. So that is a reason number 2 why I think that probably you might be better off to keep a full-time job if you are not built, if you do not have that internal fortitude to be able to withstand those types of things coming at you. If you get easily upset, then I would keep your full-time job. The third thing that I want to talk about is the lack of benefits and security. As a full-time eBay reseller, you won't have access to a lot of benefits, such as health insurance. Now, some states have expanded their Medicaid. You can get on their state, what I call the government cheese. We were on that for a while, and now we actually purchase insurance through the exchange. But some states, if you don't make a certain amount of money, you can't even purchase insurance from the exchange, and you're definitely not getting any kind of retirement plan or paid time off. And additionally, there is no job security, as your income is dependent on how hard you want to work and what kind of items that you can find, and are you a better sourcer than the person standing next to you. So these are all things that you need to think about before you become a full-time reseller. Is, do you enjoy your paid vacations? Do you enjoy your insurance that you get from your current employer? Is your salary easily replaceable? Is that money that you can make from eBay? Like for me, it was pretty easy. I worked for the state of Missouri, and they pay crap. So I was making probably $25,000 a year, which was absolutely nothing. And now I make probably about I'm going to say probably about $30 an hour per day, being a full-time reseller. It's what I average out. Sometimes I make more, sometimes I make less, but I can definitely tell you that the lack of benefits and stuff like that kind of did scare me, but my wonderful wife, Frances, she was able to figure out our insurance. So it's not impossible. You do still have the availability of certain things like, state-funded medical that you could be on, or you can buy insurance through the government, as long as you meet that minimum threshold. I think in most states it's like $30,000 you have to sell. That has to be your income to be able to do that. So you have to make sure all that stuff's in place before you go full time. And if you're not there, and if you have any kind of underlying health conditions, then you definitely need those benefits. And I think it's important that maybe if you're a young individual, you're in your early 20s, besides a catastrophic accident or something happening, then health insurance isn't as important. But I can tell you that my mother drilled it in my head from the time I was 18 years old that I needed insurance. In fact, I think that was to my own detriment, because I didn't take a lot of opportunity that I had, because I was afraid that something was going to happen to me. And to be honest, medically speaking, that's going to creep up to you when you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. So I'm going to tell you, if your benefits are important, if your 401ks, if your retirement packages are all important to you, then you should not quit your full-time job. Though all of those things are readily available to people whenever they are in self-employed, you still can invest in yourself. You still can set up your own 401k. But you're losing out on things like employee match, stock options, and stuff like that you could have gotten possibly through your corporate job, that you're not going to be able to get through your own business. So there is that. The next thing that you have to worry about is market volatility. The resale marketplace can be subject to all kinds of factors, and some of those factors are economic conditions, trends, and competition, making it difficult to predict your profitability of your business. You definitely have to stay on top of things. If you see a trend changing, if you open up an eBay store and all you want to do is mid-century modern, and mid-century modern is no longer in vogue, then what are you going to do? Are you going to pivot? Are you going to try to hold on to mid-century modern and make it your thing for the rest of your life? Well, things change, and they definitely change on eBay. And maybe you're the first person in on a trend, and all of a sudden competition goes up, 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 like video games. I remember I used to be able to walk into Goodwill, find boxed consoles. I found a Super Nintendo in the box that was sealed at a Goodwill, and I paid like $50 for it way back when. Like, imagine doing that today. There's so much competition out there, and that's something that you got to constantly be on the lookout for. Definitely your economic conditions, things change, interest rates go up if you're getting lines of credit for your business. Today I got a letter from my bank saying that my mortgage on my house is going up by 2%. I was locked in. I thought I had a fixed mortgage at like 4 point something percent, and now it's up to 6 point something percent. Absolutely incredible change of events for me. It's only like another $100 a month, but it's just it's a shot out of the dark. You don't know which way it's coming from. But you have to be able to understand market volatility, and if you can, then you can go full-time. But if you're not good with that type of thing, then I would definitely keep my full-time job and possibly maybe just sell on eBay part-time. The last thing we're going to talk about is, are you a people person? Because even if you are selling on eBay, you still have to be a people person. And there are many ways that you have to be a people person. One, you have to be able to source merchandise. So you have to be able to go out and talk to people. You have to know how to schmooze people. You got to know how to really quickly build a rapport with a person so that you can be able to buy stuff at a price that you can flip. And you're going to be dealing with people on a platform that you have no face-to-face contact. You got to learn how to be able to verbally communicate with people through text, and some people just don't like that. I'll be honest, I'm kind of introverted and I don't like dealing with a whole lot of people, but it's something that I have to do. It's better than working a full-time job for someone else. So if that's something that you can do, if you can provide excellent customer service as a critical part of your business, your eBay business, then I would consider going full-time if you meet the other criteria that I have met in this video. But know that this is one of the parts of your business that is really going to be time consuming, and if you're the type of person that feels other people's emotional energy and is adversely affected by people in a way whenever you have to deal with angry, disgruntled people, that this could be a situation to where you might not excel. I hope this video really helped you maybe understand some of the negative aspects of becoming a full-time reseller. There are things that a lot of people do not consider when they think about becoming a full-time reseller. You get a lot of videos from well-meaning YouTubers telling you to go full-time. It's a great opportunity, but you very seldom hear anyone talk about the negatives. And I didn't even hit on all of them. We're still talking about uncertainty of income. There's inventory management issues. I mean, there's time commitments. There's so many other things that you have to be able to invest into your business, and you have to be good at it if you want to be full-time on eBay. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, go down below and hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. That would be awesome. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and by you subscribing to the channel, that helps a lot. You guys have a good day, and God bless you guys.